This film follows a ballet dancer whose career is cut short after a tragic accident breaks her leg. With no other choice, she is forced into becoming a top-secret SVR agent, taking on deadly missions to help pay for his mother's medical treatment. She is Dominika Igorova, a ballerina. Outside the stage, Ika takes care of her sick mother and regularly brings her to the doctor. In the middle of her demanding ballet routine, she entrusts her mother to a caretaker so she can focus on her work. At the theater, her uncle Ivan, a representative of the Russian intelligence service, introduces Ika to Dmitry Ustinov, a Russian gangster and his close associate. It's clear that Dmitry is attracted to Ika, subtly touching her back while taking advantage of the moment. In the performance, Ika dances beautifully as always. Suddenly, her dance partner jumps and lands directly on her foot, shattering her leg. The story then shifts to Ned, CIA agent. He receives a call from an automated phone delivering coded words. Using them, he deciphers a meeting location. Ned heads to that place. Upon arrival, he notices a car following him. A mysterious man approaches, and as they pass each other, Ned discreetly hands him something. To buy the man time to escape, Ned fires a shot into the ground and runs. The car chases him until he reaches the US Embassy. Inside, Ned's superior informs him that the asset is safe, but Ned is being sent back to America due to his mistake. The following day, Ivan meets Colonel Jakarov, the SVR director, along with General Vladimir. They show Ivan footage of Ned's park meeting and confirm that Ned is a CIA agent who fled Russia that same morning. Their new priority is identifying the man who met him. Meanwhile, Ika wakes up in the hospital with her leg locked in a metal frame. She breaks down, realizing her dancing career is over. 3 months later, still relying on a cane, Ika is visited by Ivan. He informs her that the theater has found her replacement and reminds her that the apartment and her mother's medical care were funded by the theater, and that support is about to end. Before leaving, Ivan hands her an envelope. Inside are photos and recordings proving that her injury was no accident. It was deliberately staged, so another girl could take her place on the ballet stage. Consumed by anger, Ika returns to the theater and follows her former partner into the bathroom. She attacks them with her cane until they lose consciousness, then leaves. On the bus home, she notices her hand bleeding and gets off. She reports the incident as an accident. When she returns home, Ika finds her mother collapsed on the bathroom floor. The caretaker is gone. Her mother explains that the woman stopped coming after the theater cut the funding. With no other options, Ika turns to Ivan for help. Ivan agrees on one condition. Ika must assist him with a small, secret task. Ivan wants Ika to approach Ustinov, befriend him, and earn his trust.
Wear your head. You will stand out, and when he drops it...
At first, she refuses, but Ivan promises the best doctors for her mother and guarantees their home. That night, dressed in a gown provided by Ivan, goes to Ustinov's hotel. When they finally talk, Ika tells him she wants to become someone special again in the world of ballet, and she needs his help.
I want to be special again.
After that, they went to Ustinov's room. Ika asked the guards to grant them free access. Ustinov began taking off his clothes and ordered Ika to do the same. She hesitated for a moment, but eventually complied. As she stepped closer, Ustinov moved quickly, like someone intending to force himself on her. Suddenly, a man wearing a helmet appeared from behind and killed Ustinov instantly. The man signaled Ika to stay still, covered her with a blanket, and escorted her out through the back door, they escaping on a motorcycle. They arrived at an abandoned building. The man removed his helmet and revealed himself as Sergei Matorin, another secret agent sent by Ivan. In the same building, the general desired Ika, but because she was Ivan's niece, he offered an alternative. Ivan then confronted Ika and gave her a choice: become a secret agent of the SVR or be executed for witnessing Dmitri's murder as expected. Ika chose to join the Russian intelligence service.
Disapprove.
Ika rehired a caretaker for her mother. Leaving her was painful, but unavoidable. Soon after, Dominika was enrolled in a notorious secret institution known as the Sparrow School, where SVR agents are trained to use manipulation, seduction, and psychological control as weapons. She was given a new identity and shown to her assigned room. The next day, Matron delivered a speech about the chaos of the modern world, and they were expected to obey every order without question. As the new lesson begins, Ika and a male cadet are ordered to remove their clothes in front of the class. Without hesitation, the cadet named Victor obeys, but Ika refuses. Matron once again reminds them that their bodies and souls now belong entirely to the state. Meanwhile, Ned appears before a CIA panel. They decide to detain him for his actions in Russia. Ned argues back, stating that he has worked with Marble for years and that no one else can be trusted. Marble is a codename for a key informant and eyewitness who has been assisting him. After deliberation, the CIA grants Ned a second chance. He is assigned to Budapest to re-establish contact with Marble, though he soon realizes that every move he makes is closely monitored. At the Sparrow School, Matron teaches the students how to identify what their targets truly desire. She displays images on a screen and asks the class to interpret them. A student named Victor answers incorrectly. Then Ika corrects him, embarrassing Victor in front of everyone. They are also trained in a wide range of skills, including the use of ultraviolet light to track fingerprint traces, and even the ability to control personal desires. The next day, the students are tasked with welcoming soldiers returning from battle. Ika selects a young soldier and brings him to a private room while Matron and the others observe. Matron praises Ika's technique but criticizes her choice, warning that it could cost her control. Later, while Ika is showering, Victor attacks her from behind and attempts to force himself on her. Ika fights back, striking him with a bottle until he bleeds. The incident causes an uproar. General Vladimir arrives to investigate. When questioned, Ika states that she serves the country, not the impulses of a foolish student. In the next class, Ika is called forward while Vladimir watches on a screen. Victor is brought in. Matron displays Victor's photo and asks Ika to identify his desire, and Ika is ordered to give him what he wants. Ika undresses and confronts Victor, but Victor panics. He is unable to act, then leaves. Ika then explains that Victor does not desire sex, but he desires power. Impressed, Vladimir assigns Ika to a field mission in Budapest. Ivan provides her with a new passport and identity. Her mission is to gain Ned's trust and uncover Marble's identity at any cost. Ika accepts the assignment, but deep inside, she still harbors anger toward Ivan for dragging her into that situation. In Budapest, Ika stays with an agent named Marta. Marta has a special assignment different from Ika's, and she has been stationed in Budapest for quite some time. Both of them operate under the supervision of the SVR station chief, Maxime, a lecherous and arrogant man.
Office and then exchange, I hope.
Of course.
Ika begins observing Ned after noticing that Ned repeatedly seeks out blonde escorts. Ika decides to dye her hair blonde. The next day, she starts drawing Ned's attention and eventually, the two begin to get acquainted, posing as a translator. But Ned is not that stupid. He is a trained agent, capable of distinguishing between an ordinary woman and one approaching him with a specific agenda. In the another day, Ned disappears. Ika soon realizes her identity has been compromised. Ned has discovered that she is a Russian agent sent to expose Marble. Ned reports this to his superior, claiming he can get close to her to get much information, and permission is granted. Later, Ika sees Marta speaking with an American politician named Stephanie. Soon after, Ned confronts Ika and admits he took her identity. They talk briefly and agree to have dinner the following night. Both of them are trained agents. Each studies the other, looking for weaknesses to exploit, trying to uncover every move the other is planning to make. That evening on the apartment, Ika searches Marta's room and discovers that she was assigned to buy classified information from Stephanie. They schedule a meeting to exchange highly classified information worth $250,000, set to take place a few weeks later. Meanwhile, Ned waits at the restaurant. When Ika doesn't show up, he leaves. Unaware that she follows him home, Ika breaks down, pretending she has been mistreated by her superior. She does this to gain Ned's sympathy, hoping it will lead to deeper conversations and allow her to extract as much information from him as possible. They talk privately. Ika asks about the park incident that led to Ned's extraction. She attempts to get closer, but Ned stops her and sends her away. After learning the location of Ned's apartment, Ika returns and searches the place to gather more information, especially about which Russian is acting as an American spy working with Ned. But she found nothing. During the search, she also takes Ned's fingerprints. The following day, Ivan unexpectedly visits. He would attend meeting at Vina. On that moment, Ika claiming she is also working on Stephanie and needs $250,000. Ivan would help, but he remained that her main job is Ned's Russian spy. Their superiors are growing impatient to capture the traitor, who leaked classified state information to the enemy. As Ivan is about to leave, Ika hands him his coat and deliberately takes a look at Ivan's passport details. Marta is furious when Ika interferes in the matter involving Stephanie, but Ika does it for both of their interests. Ika reveals her biggest secret, her involvement in Ustinov's murder at the hotel, to guarantee that she will not betray her. But it is Martha who betrays her. She reports the secret to Maxim, knowing it can be used to bring Ika down. That same afternoon, Ika travels to Vienna to open a bank account under Ivan's name. Using the personal details she saw on his passport, she successfully fools a bank employee and completes the process. That afternoon, Ika returns home to find Marta dead in the bathroom. Before she can react, Sergei Matorin appears and stabs her in the neck. He warns her that this is what happens to those who share secrets, and orders her to report the incident to the police. Elsewhere, Ned informs his superior that Marble's latest message describes Ika as merely a pet bird. Though his superior sees her as a threat, Ned believes she can still be recruited. The next night, Ned takes Ika to his apartment and admits that he already knows her true identity. Ika finally reveals her story, explaining that everything she did was under Ivan's orders, all for one reason only: to secure medical treatment and safety for her beloved mother. Ned then offers Ika a deal to become a double agent for him. In return, he promises protection and a chance at real freedom. After careful consideration, Ika agrees. Gradually, she begins to believe in Ned and the protection he offers. That night, they sit together on the sofa and share a quiet, intimate moment. The next morning, Ika meets Ned's superior and undergoes a lie detection test. After successfully passing the test, Ika demands payment and claims she possesses critical information about Stephanie, who is allegedly planning to betray the US government. Ika deliberately leaks this secret in order to gain the trust of the American agents and establish her credibility. The meeting that was supposed to take place between Martha and Stephanie is finally held at a hotel, prepared by the CIA. However, unexpectedly, Maxim also shows up at the location, make everything out of prediction. When Stephanie arrives, Ika approaches her and claims he was sent by Martha, convinced by his cover. Stephanie hands over a disc containing classified US information. In return, she is paid $250 US, and then the transaction takes place inside a hotel room equipped with hidden cameras. With a fake disc concealed beneath the table, Ika pretends to verify the disc's authenticity, then secretly swaps it with the fake one. Once the exchange is complete, Ika leaves the hotel without raising any suspicion. But Stephanie, when she walks out the hotel, she realizes she is being watched by American intelligence. Panicking, she throws the money into a trash bin and attempts to cross the street, only to be struck by a truck and killed instantly. Based on the accident, they suspect that Ika and Maxim are responsible for leaking information to the Americans. Both are ordered to return to Moscow. Realizing that Ika is being taken to Moscow, Ned rushes after him, trying to stop the transfer. But at the airport, Ika gives a subtle signal, a silent message that he will be fine. Upon arrival, Ivan seizes the disc and has Ika and Maxim arrested. Despite their protests of innocence, they are tortured for days. Maxim is eventually executed. Ika, however, remains firm, insisting she never worked for the Americans. In the end, Ivan believes her and releases her, allowing Ika to continue her original mission, uncovering the true identity of the mole known as Marvel. Before returning to Budapest, Ika briefly visits Ivan's apartment to say goodbye. And in Budapest, she reunites with Ned. That night, they share another intimate moment, but in the middle of the night. Ika wakes up and finds Sergei Matron restraining Ned, choking him until he can no longer fight. And of course, Sergei tortures Ned, demanding the identity of Marvel. At first, Ika pretends to side with Sergei and even helps hurt Ned, but when the moment comes, she turns on Sergei. Ika attacks him, Ned breaks free, and together they fight back, eventually killing Sergei. They'll both suffer serious injuries. Ika later wakes up in a hospital, where she is visited by General Vladimir. In a shocking revelation, Vladimir admits that he is Marvel, the very person Ika has been searching for. A former patriotic officer, Vladimir explains that he grew disillusioned with Russia due to widespread corruption. When his wife fell ill, the Russian embassy refused to allow an American doctor to treat her. At that moment, Vladimir orders Ika to expose him to Ivan. If she does, Ika will be hailed as a national hero and positioned to replace Vladimir herself as double agent. Though initially confused, Ika eventually agrees. She turns herself in and demands to speak with the Russian ambassador. When granted, she states that she knows the identity of Marvel, but will reveal it only in exchange for her freedom. The exchange is approved. Ika personally reports to Zakharov the true identity of Marvel. Vladimir is ready to be arrested. He accepts his fate and chooses to sacrifice himself for the purpose he believes in. An exchange is arranged at the airport. Ned is assigned to accompany Ika to verify Marvel's identity. He is deeply hurt, feeling used and betrayed. Soon, Russian agents arrive, escorting the mole with his face covered. When the cover is removed, it is revealed to be Ivan himself. It turns out Ika had planted evidence to frame her own uncle. Ika had planned everything from the very beginning. At Ivan's workplace, Ika deliberately planted a glass containing Ned's fingerprints, making it appear as if Ned and Ivan had been meeting frequently. When Ivan arrived in Vienna, Ika secretly opened a bank account under Ivan's name and deposited the $250,000 into it. And finally, the disc given to Ivan by Maxim was a fake. Everything was arranged to make it look as though Ivan had manipulated the data to prevent American secrets from falling into Russian hands. After confirming Ivan's identity, the exchange is completed, and Ivan is immediately assassinated by a Russian sniper. Ika is then evacuated by helicopter. In the final scene, Russia honors Ika with a military ceremony. She is declared a national hero. Ika gains her freedom and lives peacefully with her mother, the life she always dreamed of.